Does Nip Snap make Mech Hunter the best deck? It's very counterable. I can build a mage deck that like never loses to that hunter. You play like double shooting star. You play double rabble bouncer. You can play toads like Colento does. Like you can really beat that deck if you want to. If all you want is beat that deck, you can definitely achieve that. No Vargoth? Nope. Vargoth sucks. What do I think of Mech Paladin? It's playable, I'm just not sure how powerful it is. The metagame is interesting right now. While Sixo is playing Diablo. Does that game even exist anymore? Hater. I'm not! Come on. You know what game I haven't seen people talk about? Overwatch. What happened there? Like, it was like more popular than Fortnite. Before Fortnite. I guess that's what happened. Even though they're kind of different. If Conjurer stays in the meta, does it play the 5-drop spell now? Depends on the meta. Like, right now meta is too aggressive to play the Luna's Pocket Galaxy. You still benefit, because sometimes you just randomly generate Luna's Pocket Galaxy. Is this too much? I kind of want to stick a board. Like, now he cannot Savage Rock this. And then I want to go Explodinate... sorry, now he cannot Warpath this. He can next turn with the coin. So it gets pretty interesting. I need to find a buff. If I find like Power of the Wild or Blessing of the Ancients, it's game. Because then we go out of reach. Do you know if they're going to stream all GM matches? Yes. They're going to stream every single match of GM. And you're saying meaningless ones. I don't know. They're not really meaningless. Like, the players always have an incentive to play. You get $500 per win. Like, even if you're like last place with 0 wins, you want $500, right? You're not gonna like not prepare. Play a best of 3, win it and get $500. Players are always gonna like play to their best of their abilities. So even if you're like first place, undefeated, you still have a reason to bring the best decks. Because you want more money. Like, the GM contract is public, because basically, you can get into GM if you perform well in the Master Tours. So they kind of have to make it public. Because they want to show people what they're fighting for. You get 500 for a match, 500 more if you win. And then, if you're top 3 out of 8, you play a playoff, which has like an insignificant amount of money. Like the 6-player playoff, if you get second, you get like 2,000. And you'll say like, oh, 2,000. But first place goes to the World Finals. At the World Finals, last place is 20k, first is like 250. So, I'll tell you, you will not be happy if you get 2,000 when you know the guy that beat you can get 250,000. At the equivalent of Worlds. I don't know, I still think I have a good shot to make top 3 in my group. Like, you wouldn't say so because I'm 2-4, but almost everybody in my division is 2-4. Like, we are 4 or 5 2-4s, 2 3-3s, 1 4-2, which I face for next week, and 1-6-0. So it's super stacked. So wait, 1-6-0, 1-4-2, 2 3-3s, and 4 2-4s. Like, anybody can do anything. What happens if the both player wins both playoffs? If the same player. Second place takes it, I think. But I'm not sure because somebody brought up when they put the rules out that it would be more fair if they would have a tournament than rather just like second place takes it. Because what about second place from last season? He deserves it as much as the second place from the second season, right? So maybe they'll... I don't know exactly how it works. But think about it logically and yeah. Just 2 snip snaps, right? Distributed. Man, snip snap is broken. If you can play 2 of them, it's insane. Colento is not 6-0. Fino and Psycho are 6-0. In different groups.
Free your mind from its bond.
Hopefully he cannot kill my board. The last match, by the way, to qualify for the global finals is best of 5. In my opinion, it should have been a best of 3 or best of 3s. That would be like better. More sample size, the better. But best of 5 is okay. In specialist. But yeah, I'm pretty far away from the playoff. I need to have really good inspiration tonight and make a good lineup for this week.
Unity, precision.
Like, last week I brought the best deck, but I was too predictable. But I was still pretty unlucky, but still. We can just Power of the Wild. This is complicated. First of all, is it lethal? So Power of the Wild in this is like 7, and then we go 14 him, 17. It's never lethal. You wanna attack this only once. There's no way you give him 2 heals. I think I see the line. You go this. You trade this one. And then you just buff. Maybe I should have played Whispering Woods for 2 minions before. Like I could have started my turn Whispering Woods, and then Savager, and then trade, and then Power of the Wild. Is Division A like first division and Division B second division, or is it just random? It's purely random. I also thought of the same thing. They shouldn't name the divisions A and B, because they're the same thing. It's just random players. Randomly drawn. Like they didn't like I first thought that they don't put teammates in the same groups, because like I'm not the same group as Thais, but they said it's purely random. Like there are teammates playing against each other. For example, we are Division B, but we have the world champion in our division.
Okay, then.
They just purely randomized it. They should have called it, I don't know, Division Druid and Division Valir. I have no idea. But then it would sound weird. Like, how can you call it? Because if you say 1 and 2, people will be like, oh, 2 seeds into 1? But they're the same thing, like, I don't know. Division A and Division A Prime? Sure. I'm sure that makes it way better. Adding prime numbers. Do I go like this? It's not lethal, so... Do I want one big boy? We're going into turn 10. So he can Omega Lul me. So let's distribute the threats. He had 2 brawls. No warpaths, but 2 brawls. And he's getting wrecked. Maybe Token Druid is the nuts with Snip Snap. fire and ice. Because A and B have obvious hierarchy. Yeah, but they cannot call them fire and ice. They'll get sued by the Game of Thrones guys. How can you call them Hearthstone wise? To have like no hierarchy. Divisions nip and divisions nap. Bomb solved. Somebody in chat said the same thing. I knew it. Division mechs and goblins. Whatever. But yeah, there's no hierarchy. They're like the same thing. Ah, he kills my board. He survives on 1 health. Adi. And now he like hit armor hero power. Just watch him. Okay, he didn't. Oh!
Well played.